Yes, y'all. It's Friday, June 3rd, right? Welcome back. The market was open today, kind of lagged, right? Kind of boring, not a lot of volume, not a lot of action, right? Just kind of a slow, steady walk down, right? On a lot of stocks. All right, so I want to welcome you back. It's your boy D, right? So welcome back, traders, players, haters, right? Retail investors, apes, everybody, right? Welcome back. It's your boy. And yeah, guys, I know we didn't see the Moass today on AMC and GME, but in my perspective, it was not gonna happen in one day or today, and it's not gonna happen in one day, right? It's gonna take multiple days, okay? And I got some data, right? I want to talk about some numbers that are repeating themselves and are starting to show up, and that's why I'm jacked and I'm pumped, and that's why I think like the next 2 to 3 weeks are gonna be awesome, right? And like because the executive order, as everybody knows, it went through. I know a lot of you are probably like disappointed or like what the hell, because there was a lot of YouTubers saying like, oh, June 3rd is when the order goes into or it expires, right? So we have to pay attention to see if it is amended, if anything changed with it over the weekend and the next coming days, okay? But as far as I know, it expired last night at midnight, and it went in. That's it for the time that the hedge funds had to fix this, their collateral, to decide what to do. Which we don't have that information, right? It's just like it's a lot of hedge funds. It would take a lot of time to look up that information right now, right? But anyways, I have proof, right, that like history is repeating itself. That we're sitting in a great position, guys. Like I'm not stressed, right? I'm not worried. I'm actually pretty optimistic. And I think that something crazy is still about to happen. Like I'm seeing signs of it. And I have the receipts to back it up, right? I've been in this play for a long time, guys. I have the receipts to back it up. I'm gonna go way back to like last year, right, of May 2021. I'll bring up some screenshots that I have to show you the receipts and what is happening right now. All right, so that's why you don't want to miss out. This is not financial advice, right? I'm not a financial advisor, right? But I think if you don't load the boat now, or if you haven't loaded the boat, like you're really gonna miss out, right? And that's just my opinion. I know that there's a lot of YouTube haters now and a lot of haters on AMC in general and GME, like thinking that this can never go back up, but that's just not how the market works. Like the market, there's infinite possibilities of what can happen, right? There's a lot of mechanics and so on. So yeah, we made it through another week, guys. I've learned that if you're in this in the AMC GME movement already, you're in this. There might be some new people here and there, but there's a lot of OGs, right? And we basically, I think, got rid of the paper hands, and I think that's what the reason why they can't bring it under $10, because the OGs are the ones that are like, nope, nope, not selling this, not selling this. I'm holding my shares, I'm holding my position until you guys cover, right? And they keep trying to scare us, of course, put the fear out there, whatever. But I don't pay attention to that. I pay attention to the data, right? The hard data, the numbers, because I always say like women lie, men lie, right? But numbers don't lie, okay? So I'm gonna also thank the subscribers, guys, the OGs that have been riding with me, guys. I appreciate y'all. We're about to hit another milestone. I'll show you guys right now, right, for the YouTube channel, and it just can't get any better. All right, so let's jump into that information, guys. So hopefully you can relax this weekend and not stress and understand that this is in play and there's things in motion, and anything can happen, right, guys? It's not at zero, right? AMC has not gone bankrupt, nothing like that. Like, don't believe all that hate out there right now. Okay, and there's still a lot of corruption. I'm gonna pull these up. This is what, in my opinion, is spoofing, right? Where they're selling shares, the same amount of shares, just back and forth, just trying to control the price. And look at all these walls that they have, right? So, in my opinion, guys, like they're really, really scared, because these are big orders, right? And what they do is like they wait until it gets there and then they remove the order, right? That way it just puts the selling pressure on there, but it usually doesn't go through the order, right? So that's just what this is all from this week. I'm doing kind of like a weekly recap of what we saw, right? So I'll go over it in a little bit right now, but this is just the corruption, the manipulation that I think went on this week, and these are my receipts, right? Spoofing right there. Let's open this. Um, in pre-market, you had these huge orders, right? 103,000 they were buying, right there. I have one more here, two orders, right? So a hard at 10 hard order and a hard order at 11 right here. So that's a lot of money, that's a lot of shares at once, guys. And this happened this week, right? So I don't know if it was covering, I don't know, I'm just trying to show you that there was at that point, like there was a big amount of buying pressure, small amount of selling pressure, and the price didn't move, right? So that's what went on this week with that, with the order book. um I'm going to pull this up. This is the recap, right? Just this week's recap. So number one, the cost to borrow fee is skyrocketing. It's costing the shorts a lot of money, right? And we don't even know where they're getting the shares, but at least when these shares pop up, the fee increases, all right? And that's a big sign to me that the shorts are probably not going to be able to hang in there much longer with the crazy numbers, right? Like the high short interest that is there right now, right? And of course, the share dividend got approved for GME. They didn't say when or how much, but that news is coming very soon, right? I'm pretty sure they're going to announce that in the next few weeks. The executive order, right, explained that I'm going to go over the dates: November 2020, January 27, May 27, and then right now, June 3rd. This is just the beginning of the executive order, like what happens next, all right? And I'm gonna give you the receipts, the data, all right? So, and then we decide when this is over, guys, right? I know there was an article that said, oh, the meme stocks, whatever, the frenzy's over, whatever. We're still holding. We have the OBV like indicator to prove, right? Like there's a lot of proof that we're still holding our shares. So we decided they keep trying to tell us when this is over. It's not over, guys. All right. So let me close that. I'm gonna pull up this stuff next. All right. So 1, 2. Okay, so this first screenshot is from May 28th, 2021, right? I have them in my phone, right? And I pulled it up because what I was paying attention to is the zero shares available, right? So this is May 28th. Pay attention to the dates. And then June 1st, right? Again, zero shares available. And what has been happening lately? We've been seeing the zero shares available, correct, right? So let's go pull these up. They should be in order. But this is basically where we're at. But this is from May 7th, all right, 2021. You see the fee is at 13%. So remember that for a while the fee spiked like crazy, right? So by May 10th, this was on the 7th, a few days later, May 10th, you see the fee for AMC, the borrow fee skyrocket to 73%. Okay. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like next week, we need to see that. I want to see the fee every time. I don't care if they keep printing shares. If the fee starts going up like this, we're in a good spot. All right. Because like I've been saying, the algorithm is stretched out, right? The timing is stretched out because they're bigger moves. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Check this out. So 48%, right? And then it went all the way up to like 81.2% on May 11th, right? So I have these screenshots, right, as proof, right? And that I've been in it, that I've been paying attention to what's going on now. Where are we sitting at right now, right? So let's go into the internet. And yeah, just thank you to the subscribers, right? The viewers. We're almost at 1,000 hours, right? That's awesome. And we're at 23,000 views, guys. Like, I really appreciate all the love and support. It's been a journey, an awesome journey, hanging in there and holding with you guys. But yeah, let's talk about the executive order. I know everybody wants to know what happened, right? So these are the dates, right, we're going to pay attention to. So just to explain it, first of all, back in November 2020, Trump signed an executive order 13959 into effect. This order sanctioned 30 military companies, right? Starting January 28th, right? Starting, okay? And what happened, right? So January 27th, market makers, banks, and prime brokers lost their collateral against the short positions, which led AMC to the January high. So we're talking about, we're going to go back to the chart. We're going to move it over. And we're talking about over here, November starts. Let's see, right here, November. Right here. So as soon as that happened, right, you start to see AMC go up a few days later. And then it comes back down. And then you see January 27th. You see right here. 26th, right? 27th. Then you see the big spike, right? And then it comes back down and they got their collateral back. Okay, so they got it back. What happened a day before the peak? The executive order was amended to May 27th, 2021. So they just kicked the can down the road a little bit, right? Starting on January 27th, this effectively gave back the collateral to market makers and prime brokers starting the day of the peak. And it combined with the buy button removal led AMC to drop from its January high before running again in May. Okay, so May 27th, I'm going to go over here. May 27th, right? Right here. We're already running. The price was already at hitting $30, right? Right here on this day, like around 25 to $30. All right, so we already start running. We see that. Let's go back. And then what happened on May 2nd? The amended executive order again once took away the collateral from market makers, banks, and prime brokers and caused them to be margin called and buy into their short positions as they had no collateral requirement to maintain their margin, leading AMC to run again in May and hitting an all-time high in June 2nd, right? Cool. So what happened the following day? Biden passed a new executive order 14032 on June 3rd that extended it till on June 3rd, right? He signed it, and then it gave the collateral back for 365 days, right? So that was until midnight last night. So what's the difference? They will lose their collateral again and an additional 70 military companies on the top of original 30 starting on June 3rd, 2022 at 12 a.m. at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time, right? And then to wrap it up, you might be asking, why the hell are these executive orders margin calling the institutions and causing AMC to run? Well, many over leveraged asset managers like BlackRock, Vanguard, Virtu Financial, JP Morgan, which is Citadel's major prime broker, and many more have serious exposure to the Chinese companies that are included in the executive orders. Those Chinese assets are being used as collateral by the U.S. asset managers. In other words, once their billions of dollars in Chinese assets and collateral become worthless, along the problem of the overleverage with trillions of dollars in derivatives and notion, an old friend of mine named Marge will be making a surprise appearance, and she will want her money, right? So that's the breakdown, right? So I'm telling you what is going on right now. May, right? The first few weeks of May, that's when we started to see the fee jump. And what are we seeing right now as the executive order expires? You're seeing the fees go up, right? The same. Here's the dates. I wanted to pull up May 28th, right? 0 shares of borrow. And we're seeing again right now, right? So I have the screenshots. That's what I want to show you. That's what I'm paying attention to, right? Which is just crazy on the charts, because we're going to look at the chart here. It all makes sense, right? I have these 3 possible scenarios. So there's 1, 2, 3, right? So it's kind of like a best case, mid case, worst case scenario, right? Because there's bears out there that think it's going to continue to go down. So just get this out of the way. Most likely won't, but it could just continue to hug this line and go down, right? And then in my opinion, it would form like a triple bottom before it starts to try to make its way back up. But that's not what I think is going to happen. I think either this or this is going to happen, right? So best case scenario, right? Monday, Tuesday, we continue to see the fees start to go up, and you see the price of AMC go up, right? Because as they start to get scared and as they don't have the collateral, they're going to have to start buying, which pushes the price up. And I expect it to go all the way at least to 34, right? So that's another hard resistance. So that's all I really want to, point out until now. I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna go into what goes on here, because all I need to see, right, is that volume, that pop, and that that fee, the cost of borrow fee, start to go up, right? So we got that cooking, right? And then again in the charts, when you look at like the past with the executive orders and everything, what's happened, right? You see this almost the same pattern, and that's why I think it's forming the same pattern right now, where you even get this dip before you get the covering, right? And then that's what's happening right here, right now, right? So you get this dip down. We broke out, right? Now it's trying to bounce. And as it bounces, there's no collateral, right? They start covering. We start moving up, okay? So there's that. To show you guys, just put this into perspective, right? So the borrow fee has gone up from 4.1% from May 30th to right now on the 3rd to 10.6%. That means the short positions, the fee has gone up times 3, right? At least almost 3 times. That means like if you were paying them, $3, now you're paying them $10, $11, right? Just to give you an example of like the change on each share for interest, right? That's not the exact numbers, and that's not the exact charge. I'm just telling you that's what, the times is like. That's how much the fee has gone up, okay? And it's gone up way more in GME, right? But I always want to show you the proof and what I'm looking at. So, and it makes sense, right? The Fed, the money, everything, money has become more expensive. Now, why are we sitting in a better position now? Why do I think that it's all about to explode again? I'm just going to reiterate, because back in May 14, 2021, there was only 94.5 million shares on loan, right? And by June, there was only 85, but we had already made the run by this time. So they had only covered, let's see, 102 million. That's why we said they only covered about 30 million shares. That's what made it go from 12 to 72, all right? And FOMO and other things, the options and all that. But they did not cover their shares when they could have, right? They could have gotten out, but because of the executive order, it gave them a year, right? So that's in my opinion, and that's what I get from the data. Now, where are we at right now, guys? 180 million, basically, rounding up, 180 million shares on loan. That's insane. The next run will be real, guys, all right? Utilization 100%. It's the same things. Free flow. This is like a record. How is this even possible? I don't even think this is possible. 34% of the free flow on loan, right? As soon as there's a share recall, guys, because of collateral margin calls, right? What do you see? So there's that current 23.35%. The fees are going up. That's what we want to see, all right? Just to show you the numbers. What's weird, Fintel's not reporting or there hasn't been any buys or sells that have been reported, right, since the 31st on AMC. But then if I go to I went to check Lucid, right, and they were showing the updates for this buys and the sell. So just a lot of glitches, a lot of stuff, weird stuff going on lately, right, that they're not showing us. And then again, guys, like we were looking at the fee, we want multiple sources, right? It's been ramping up. As the shares print, they run out. They make more, they print more, right? And then boom, we get the 10.65 and the fee and the amount of shares, right? It says there's about 10,000, which is like nothing, right? And then here we go. No more approved, 10,000, 10.6. We only got 7,000 calls in the money this week. But there's still, because of GameStop, I think that's why this is loaded. And then I don't know exactly why this is loaded, but that's what makes sense. In between that window, right, of these up until here, that's what I'm paying attention to. The fees, the executive order, what's going to happen here, right? Because if we continue to hold, we're sexy. We're sin sexy, right? All right, GME, looking at their chart, looking good in this triangle, right? And it's following the uptrend here. It caught it, following another little flag here, and it's trying to make its way back up. Now, it makes no sense for the price to have even like gone down as much as it did, like from here, because there has been like 0 shares available for multiple days, right? According to Stonko Tracker. Then look, same thing. This is GMEs, right? But they're not updating. But what I do want to point out, look at all these new shorts. Like they're really, really trying to keep GME from going up, guys. It's all shorts. It's all shorts. Look, it's all selling pressure that they're trying to short, put. Since for the whole month of May, look, puts. You see all these puts and shorts, right? So that's a lot of selling pressure. That's what's keeping the price down, right? For GME. All right. Same thing, their fee, as long as it continues to explode, the more the better, right? That just becomes more and more expensive for the shorts to hold their position, right? So this was as of today that I found this. So just bought more calls on the rumor of IBKR forcing closing of GME short positions by them not being able to locate any GME shares. Let's fucking go. All right. And then, yeah, the SPY just kind of sitting neutral right in between. It's kind of a 50-50 right here if you're going to play, but it's right in the EMAs and it needs to come up and test here. Of course, if this gets going, guys, I expect to see AMC and GME go with it, right? But the overall market is pretty fragile, all right? So not too much to update there. It's kind of like a waste of a day, right? A lot of these stocks that were just up, down, ended flat. And then, yeah, like I pointed out, thank you to everybody. That's what I gotta, go over. That's my recap for the week. I think that we're sitting in a great spot. And like I said, we decide when this is over, when the apes leave, because it doesn't matter, whatever funky commercial the SEC wants to put out, and could just make fun of it. We already made a bunch of memes about it anyways. So yeah, there's nothing to worry about that, guys. They're not on our side. They're not going to help us. If the squeeze happens, it's because, we earned it, we did it, we caused, like we played it, we deserve it, right? We deserve the money. Don't let them guilt you into anything. But yeah, guys, that's all I got for you guys this week. Staying optimistic. I think we're good. Even though the price has gone down a little bit, there was a lot of weird action when it hit 16, right? And it just came right back down. Even though there was heavy volume, there was everything, and we ended up flat that day, even though there was heavy volume, right? So that's how I know it's not real. You know, the prices, whatever they want to make it right now, but you know, time's ticking. All right, shorts. So I'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.